So you know those TikTok videos where there's a person on one side and they're pointing and making faces like, and then on the other side, there's the actual content. I had seen one of those videos and the guy on the right, again, you know, per usual, he's sitting there like, yeah, listen to this, right? But the person on the left, they was really saying something that I found to be interesting, but not for the reasons you might think. So the person who was actually doing the content, they were saying, listen, what I want you to do is go and get this special kind of straw, right? You go get this special straw, and with it, there's a filter inside, and you could drink out of a river with it, or you can drink out of the ocean with it. And then once you have that, what you need to go do is get a radio, right? But this radio, it has a lever on it, and you can crank it, and then it'll give it power. So you don't really need batteries, and it has a flashlight, and you could crank the flashlight, and you got to prepare because the world, man, is going to end. And I'm watching this, and I'm thinking like, people have been preppers, right? Preparing for the world to end for so long. Hundreds of years, thousands of years. And you know what? It's not that the world can't end, but it's that they're preparing for something that can happen. And most of the time, they're not preparing for something that will happen. What will happen? You will get older. You will want to retire. But are you prepared for that? This is why I get on here and I do these videos about understanding how these hot stocks actually work, understanding that not all of them are meant to be held long term, understanding that it's actually quite easy to go invest into the Fortune 500 and actually really become a millionaire long term if you stay on track. Now, I don't want to say that it's just easy to do, because again, it's actually a challenge to do. But there are so many everyday people with everyday jobs who have met this challenge over time, but not overnight. Are you willing to take that step? Are you willing to be the person in your family to become the first generation millionaire? I want you to see your kids become the second generation millionaire, family. I believe that you could do it, and I want you to start your journey today if you have not already. There are so many people who started the game, started to get in it, lost in the trade, and then they say, oh man, I'm out of the game. Guess what? You need to slow down, because it's not always about trading. You got to make sure that you are investing. Invest long term. Go to a options, not even options. Let's rewind for a second. Let's take it way back. Go to an investment calculator. Literally Google investment calculator. I want you to play with the numbers on the investment calculator and see if you can get a 10% return for the next 30 years, right? So you're going to put it on 30 years, you're going to put it on 10% return, and you're going to put it towards different numbers. Start with 100, go to 300, go to 400. See what you have to invest per month so that you could be a millionaire in the next 30 years. Try next 20 years, try next 10 years, try 50 years. Play around with the numbers so you can see what you got to do on a minimum to hit that date and hit that amount by retirement, family. But if you don't start today, you are burning through your biggest resource, which again is your time. Now, this episode is brought to you by the Moo Investing app. You can get up to 16 free stocks, and this promotion period is from July 1st all the way out to July 16th. Now, if you deposit $100, they're going to give you 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're going to get the 10 free stocks plus the $100 in cash rewards. Again, when you look at this, the $100 in cash rewards, family, off of $1,000 into your own account, now you're going to be able to purchase more stocks with $100 in cash rewards plus 5 free family. Come on now. That's a great return on investment. Much better than your $1,000 just sitting in the bank, right? Where it's not getting really any return outside of that 0.00 whatever percent that they're giving you, right? And then if you put $5,000 because you're really ready to get it started into your own account, and you don't have to necessarily invest it right all at once, but you put the $5,000 into your own account, they're going to give you one free share of Tesla or Google. And again, limited time offer. And the reason I bring this to you is because I use Moo, and I believe that they have the best platform with the most data. You can go to other platforms and get different things in certain areas, but when you really want to step it up, family, again, I'm seeing all this data on Moo, and that's why I use them, and that's why I bring it in front of you so you could get these benefits from it, family, straight up and down. Now, what I want to show you is this, and again, we got to keep our eyes on the small companies. We got to keep our eye on the hot stocks, but again, always in the background, you want to remember that you got to be investing into, in my opinion, I'm not going to tell you what to buy, hold, or sell, but the S&P 500, for example, like VOO, or you can go even broader than that and have diversity in VTI. But Simple as night and day, family. We want to be doing that in the background, in my opinion. I can't give you financial advice. I don't know your personal financial situation, but that's where I'm seeing this. Now, I want to bring some hot stocks to you. But remember, a lot of these hot stocks are trades and they're not necessarily investments. Now, I've been seeing a few videos about people and they might comment on what I'm saying or something like that. And what gets me is how what I'm bringing to you is such a wealth of information, especially in the Discord, right? Especially when you really take the time and say, yo, what did Keenan say right here? Did he say that this is a trade or is this an investment, right? We know the S&P is more of an investment, in my opinion, but a lot of these other stocks are trades. But then this is the thing. I've been seeing videos and people will comment and say, oh man, you know what? Oh, this isn't a good investment. It's because it never was. It never was an investment. It never was. Some things are. In my opinion, Apple is an investment. In my opinion, VTI, VO are an investment. But are you able to see the difference between investments and trades? Remember, hot stocks are generally trades. When you see a hype stock or something like that, it's generally a trade. I'm gonna keep it real with you, keep it raw with you. Now, I'll tell you this. Look at the amount of likes on this video. Look at the amount of views on this video. If I came to you and I told you straight up and down, yo, you know what? This one going to the moon, right? This one's going to the moon. Oh yeah, we taking off. Guess what it'll do? It'll draw in a lot of people. It'll draw in a lot of people, which will draw in a lot of views. And as a YouTuber, it will draw in a lot of revenue. But instead of doing that, I'd rather keep it real with you and keep it raw with you and tell you what you need to hear versus the things that you might just want to hear. And it might not even be you, but there will be you, somebody who's interested in actual knowledge and information, and then 20 other people whose view counts just the same because they just want to hear what's the next hype thing, right? But instead of doing that, I have integrity enough and respect for you enough that I keep it real. When I tell you, yo, this is likely to fall down here. This is likely to go down here. This is overvalued for this reason. And we're going to get into that, family. So if you appreciate that, please let me know in the chat. Please let me know in the chat. Because, again, we're not going to let the knuckleheads and we're not going to let the crash test dummies ruin a good thing. We're going to keep pushing through it and powering through it like we always do. So now I want to just show you this one. Micron Technology. And I'm not saying you should buy, hold, or sell. But I want to tell you what's going on around it. It's up 1% today. Currently, this is a $61 stock. The ticker symbol is MU. Now, this is an artificial intelligence kind of a play. When you go and you look at it, it says right here that Micron sustainability report. And I'm reading through this on their website. I'm looking at the computer chips and things. And then they said that they were launching something, right? And it's a flash storage pollution or pollution. You know, we keep raw solution. So I go and I read into it, and it says Micron is now shipping the world's most advanced Beta 1 DRAM, like DRAM. RAM, that's your computer's memory, like working memory. You know what I'm saying? You got the cores and everything like that, but when your computer is like slowing up and you're like, what's going on? Usually it has something to do with the RAM on the computer. Now, this is the storage, like the short-term memory on your computer. When you have like 100 apps open on I know you got how many different Chrome browsers open, Safari browsers open right now. If you have more RAM, right? If you have more RAM, and I'm still reading up on this and learning on this, but if you have more RAM, you'll be able to open up more tabs and it wouldn't even impact your computer at all. But now they're saying they got DRAM, right? And they're saying that this is the industry's first next generation state-of-the-art innovation. And they're putting a lot of Micron's investments into the research and development of this. And it's a memory product with increased performance, greater capacity, higher density, and lower relative power consumption. Now, hold up. Does this mean that this is a great company? Does this mean that you should go and buy this company? It does not mean that. But it means that in the AI space, right? We're living in a world with ChatGPT, artificial intelligence. We're living in a world where we're seeing NVIDIA, AMD, these kind of companies running up. This is a potential sympathy play that we want to look at the levels for. Oh, is the bubble burst and it's going to crash? Oh, now I'm looking to make money on the way down. Is it going to run up? Now I'm looking to make money on buying the stock and running it up and then selling it. Or I'm looking to play the options, right? You could go either way with it, but I want to know the levels, right? And I want you to learn that too. And if you don't know it, again, join the Patreon so that you can learn how to read the chart yourself and you can see. If you have any skepticism, like, yo, man, is Keenan actually a quality trader at all? Come on into the Discord and you be the judge. You know what I'm saying? Where you can watch me do it on a live stream. Because again, one thing that I know is that a lot of people got a lot of opinions. right? And a lot of them are good, believe it or not. Let's round of applause. Every now and again, you got a few who don't believe it, and then when they see it, they don't got nothing to say. But I see y'all in the Discord. But now, I want to just tell you this. When you're looking at the price to sales, I want you to just think, right? It's just like this, and I'm going to just give you a quick example. I'm going to get back to all of that. My people who are in real estate, and again, headphones in the chat, I'm talking about the headphone emoji. This lets me know that you're really paying attention and you're not doing something that sidetrack. You paying 100% attention right now because I'm dropping the game on you. I've been trying to drop this game on you for a long time, but now I got another example that can help to deepen your knowledge. Again, I told you I'm a certified teacher, and one thing that we have learned in being a professional teacher is this. Different people learn in different ways, and sometimes they have to deepen their knowledge through visual examples and then real world examples. So now, the 1% rule in real estate measures the price of an investment property, aka the house, right? It's testing the price of the house against the gross income it could generate, right? So it says this, for a potential investment to pass the 1% rule, its monthly rent should be equal to 1% of the purchase price, not less. So let's say that this house costs $200,000, even though, hold up.
Stop the cap.
If that costs $200,000, you know it's in the hood. But let's keep it going, family. If let's say that this house costs $200K, 1% of $200K, oh, we got the $2,000. That means you expecting to get $2,000 a month from this, not less. If you get less, oh, you got into what looks like potentially a bad deal. Not always, but potentially a bad deal. What if it costs $100,000? 1% of $100,000. Okay, I paid it $100,000 for the whole house. That's the market cap of the house, let's call it, in this example. Then the revenue, the revenue is bringing in $1,000 a month. That's the 1% rule. Now I could take a research a little bit further instead of just automatically disqualifying it. You understand what I'm saying? So when you look at price to sales, it's very similar to this 1% rule, right? There are other factors, but I want you to see this. The ideal ratio, when you're looking at the market cap of a company versus their revenue, is between 1 and 2. You could even argue 3 though, right? 1, 2, and 3. So now the stock is overvalued if investors are paying more than the company is worth relative to its revenue. So if you're paying more than it's worth compared to its revenue, you're getting smoked on a deal. So let's look at how to look at that. The market cap right here, 66 billion. The revenue, and again, this is Micron, ticker symbol MU, is 18. Take that 66 divided by the 18, it gives you a 3. In other words, or 3.6. In other words, you look at this. When you take 3.6 times the revenue, so the revenue times 3.6, that's going to give us that market cap. So it's not quite 2, it's not quite 3, but this is similar to the 1% rule where you're saying, yo, or actually it is 3. It's not quite 2 or 1, but it's 3, which is close. When you're looking at the market cap of the company, you're saying, okay, am I paying too much for this company? You understand what I'm saying? What if this company was earning $18 billion a year, right? But then they were a $3 trillion company. It wouldn't make sense, right? Because this number would be through the freaking roof. It would be way higher than 2, way higher than 3, right? So I say all of that to say, what I want you to do is this. When you go where you want to see is a company overvalued, it doesn't mean that the company can't run up still. The stock and the company are not the same thing. I'm really dropping some gems on you right here, family. Pay attention close. The stock and the company are not the same thing. The stock can run. But what this tells you is this thing potentially an investment or is it just a trade? I promise you, if you listen to me right here, you will save yourself thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars in tuition. Tuition is the cost you pay to learn. You don't want to have to pay in your cash through mistakes to learn these lessons. You will rather listen and pick it up rather than having to pay the cost. But again, a lot of people are knuckleheads, family, and they got to get burned in order to learn. And I don't want that to happen to you, but I know that, it happens to the best of us, but I don't want it to happen to you. So now, again, take the market cap, divide it by the revenue for the year. You can Google both of these numbers for any company. What you're looking for is a 3, a 2, a 1, or lower, right? If you start getting things like 80 and 90 and 70 and 25, that means the company is overvalued, which means it's time to put your trader hat, baby. It's time to trade with the chart and not with your heart. So now that I see this 3.6, it's okay-ish in terms of an investment. They're not profitable right now, so I'm not so interested in this. but I am interested in the trading value of it because I see CNBC is pumping it. They saying that top Wall Street analysts favor certain stocks for the long haul. Again, okay, it's making sense. Micron does have a chance in the AI space, right? Especially if they changing the game with the DRAM, right? That could happen. That could be true. But look at this. Nevertheless, analysts are saying this, not me. Analysts are saying that they have a price target of $80 on a $60 stock. Interesting. Now, let's look at the resistance levels. What levels is it going to have trouble getting over? But if it gets over, oh yeah, we could go on a little bit of a run on the technicals. It says this right here, the resistance, and this is as of July 5th, is about $62.30. So if we break above this, then I see it going $62.50. Oh yeah, I'm willing to ride the wave to the next resistance level. AKA, let's say I was to buy some at $62.50 or $63 and then ride the wave all the way up to the next resistance. Let's go look for it. So you could argue that this is a resistance right here, but it's pretty weak. And then after that, the resistance level, the real one, is about 69. So now that we see these two resistances, let's say I'm riding away from about 63 all the way up to about 69. But if it breaks past 69, family, it really could be a rocket and actually headed towards those price targets. But again, do your research and understand the levels and don't just understand the hype behind stocks. Now, remember, Wall Street, they got even higher price targets on this. The highest one I've seen was 100. But on average, they're saying it's going up 24% in the next year. But remember, we got CPI data coming out, right? The inflation data. We got the Federal Reserve putting out all this information, and that could knock any technicals off the map. It won't even matter what the technicals say if the inflation data comes out negative or in a bad space where nobody wants to see it, like where it is, like inflation's too high. So now, Micron, remember, check this out. Let me just make sure you can see these. So it was $100. I don't know if I had this up, but I just want you to see it. $100 price target from some analysts, but some of them have it at 46. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it raw, but you can make money either way. So now I want to show you this. It says that Micron was $54, right? About $6 down, $7 down or so in March, right? So it's steadily going up. But look at this. If we break below about 59, family, this is when it's going to start to try to crash back down towards the 50. And I'm looking to make money on the way down, not just on the way up. But again, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. This episode is brought to you by Mumu. So go ahead and start your journey today, family. And I'll see you in the Discord. I'm going live Tuesdays and Thursdays on the Discord. You already know what time it is. 8 live streams in a month. So you can see us get busy in real time. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I really want you to invest in yourself and create your wealth. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.